He's been killed? Oh my god, I must pronounce this to my party. Dear fellow travelers, Goon Squad, our employer has been killed.
Yeah, with a 19, you absolutely know that he's not telling you the full truth, and it's definitely a very embellished legend. There is a spirit trapped within inside the ring that, although may give you a benefit, may be hard to get rid of, and will probably have some downside.
I would like to ask the guy to hand the ring to Kamikins, and I would like to deceive Kamikins into equipping the ring. Oh, that's 20 deception.
Crap. -1. I fell for it.
Oh, you are definitely convinced to put on the ring.
Okay, we're now heading to our base, and we're gonna make camp about halfway through. We are leaving the town. As we exit the gate, we look back in what can only be described as who gives a fuck.
You seem to have been awoken from your rest at the sight of a large traveling party, more than 100, 150 feet away from you on the main road, traveling in the opposite direction from you. They don't seem to be really troubling you. They don't seem to be really concerned about you. They're just moving at a determined traveling pace in the opposite direction.
Euros. I turn to my party to address them. Do we follow them, or do we continue on to our base of operations? Such a large group of people running towards something or moving deterministically towards something might mean that something large is going down.
Yeah, it might mean that they're either scared of something, or that they're really trying to. They could be getting shelter, running from the danger behind them.
I would like to second Andy. We should approach them for information. So we should send whoever has.
Can I say something here?
Yeah?
You know, I just stole a ring, and yeah, that might be reinforcements to go get us. We might want to avoid them and continue on.
But they didn't look like soldiers.
Daytime, yeah?
No, they just look like regular people that are currently traveling, and they're actually traveling in the wrong direction. So as you're going towards Zarmatek, they seem to be coming from that way, approaching Odmoria, the town you've just come from.
I think we're gonna
appear
go
to be
Austin.
idle rabble. Let's just avoid them.
What do you think we should? But we don't know what's gonna. They might be running from the town we're going towards, and then we'll be walking into a trap.
They could be assassins or bandits that are just disguised.
Everyone make their individual decisions and then do persuasion. See who wins out.
This would just be straight democracy or leader's choice at this point, really. So yeah, make your votes.
Write in chat if you want to continue to the base, write 1. If you want to go investigate and ask them questions, write 2. Chat also wants to, so I'm going to override my group because the townsfolk have spoken. We're gonna go investigate. We're gonna go ask them questions.
Okay. So yeah, as you make your way over, they seem to appreciate the respite from the marching pace they had been keeping up, and the leader of the group is a very gruff-looking human. He seems to have seen quite a few winters that have been very hard on him, but is otherwise mostly jovial and seems to be fairly happy with his lot in life. And he greets you as a fellow traveler and asks which direction you're heading.
We choose to tell him. Yeah, we greet him back, but we don't tell him where we're going.
Yeah, we try to find out trying to find out information about them from up close.
Without us
let's
actually
say-
revealing too much.
Let's say that we want information about the area as we are passing through.
Yeah, he seems absolutely happy to tell you that it's an absolutely lovely place, but you probably want to steer clear of Zarmatek at the moment. One of the local nobles just run amok of some adventurers, and there's a power vacuum going on at the moment, and until that's filled, probably might want to stay away.
So that's why they're running.
I
It's
press-
just because the guy.
I
Sorry,
press
yeah?
him for a little bit more news. Does he know whom the contenders for this power struggle are?
Well, there's the remainder of Shank's family, who don't know what they're doing at the moment. Most of them just seem to be looting and pillaging the estate, trying to get what they can. But there's also the Fauntleroy family. They seem to be taking up what used to be quite a lot of their patch before it was taken over by the Shanks after they got upset at, I don't know, one of their family members fucking off and doing something. But there's a library in the town as well, and there seems to be a couple of academics thinking that it should be ruled by the biggest brains and all that. But, wow, in my time as a blacksmith, I know that brains don't often help.
I asked which noble it was that was killed.
It was Lord Shanks. He got messed up
Our
by some
boss?
adventurers in the sewers.
Oh, so wait. This guy just confirmed to us that it was adventurers that killed him in the sewers.
Yeah.
Ooh. The plot thickens.
Yeah, and as the vampire would say, the clot thickens.
I do not say that.
All right.
That
So,
humor is far beneath one of your gentry.
Can I
We
take
thank the man.
Alkalon off the side?
sorry, Dizzy?
Hey, Alkalon, if we want to get paid or collect some of our money, we might want to go in there and see what we can find.
I agree we should head to the town. Let's thank this guy for his information and then make haste for our town.
Yeah, I agree.
We should be careful though, as they might be trying to get rid of whatever was left of previous Lord Shanks.
The
True.
status of the remaining lords kind of worries me. They're ransacking the manor.
Is there a way... Wait, we probably first have to get there, right?
Depends what you were just about to ask.
I wanted to know if there's a way into the sewers without entering the town first, but we probably have to get to the town first before we can actually venture into the sewers or even look for the sewer entrance, right?
Well, it is your previous place of business. This is where you used to get all of your contracts and notices for employment, was the sewer den of the Shanks family. You know that there are at least 3 entrances. There is one under the town library, there is one under the town brothel, and there is one that opens up into the harbour itself.
Okay, so the harbor would be the farthest
If I
away
may
from us.
propose a option, I say that we simply arrive there through normal means and just make it straight to Shanks Manor, as I've already made my intent of arriving there known. We can check on the other locations at our leisure. I would like to figure out what's going on with my sire's household.
So on your current direction, you will reach the estate before you reach the town proper. The estate is almost on the outskirts of the town jurisdiction.
Okay,
You probably-
but there is a problem that we have to sort of keep in mind here. Morny, and we forgot about this, did make it known that we are coming to town. So if someone does indeed want to get rid of us, right? Basically all of the remnants of the previous owner's rule, then they know that we are coming. So we may want to steer clear of just running to the manor willy-nilly, head first.
That's if they've received the message yet, which since you sent it very late night and then you left before the morning, it's probably only just left Odmori.
How is the message being taken to the other town?
Probably by carrier, somebody going along the road, likely by horse.
As you didn't ask, you don't know.
Okay, so as a professional
Fuck.
exterminator, I would like to ask for a permission.
Sorry,
to
that's just me
inspect the
making a
sewers.
general assumption.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine, Morny. But what was that, Andy?
So as a professional exterminator, I would like to ask for permission to enter the sewers for inspection.
But we're not at the town yet.
I'm saying what I'm going to do ahead before we get there.
Okay. You can do that when you reach the town for sure. So if you are heading towards the town at haste, then please give me 2 more D10 rolls.
D10. Why is D10 not up here?
It is.
Because it's not a shortcut.
Alright, so to do rolls, you just go hashtag, right?
Yep.
Hashtag D number plus whatever modifier.
This is no modifier, just straight 10 roll, and absolutely perfect. So on a 7, Andy, on the second day, you do see, funnily enough, as you start to make camp, the person on a horse riding very fast down the main road towards the town of Zarmatek, bearing the symbol of the messenger service that Morny had used to send his message off. And on the third day, absolutely fine. You see nothing at all. It's been the most peaceful journey you could probably imagine as you're finishing up your destination, as the family estate of the Shanks comes up in view.
I would like to propose that we slow down and scope out the place before we just run in.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so we're gonna look
from this
Can
distance,
we look for bushes?
Yeah, absolutely. You can find quite a fair bit of foliage kind of along the river, but you do notice that the estate that all of you except Morny have never seen before, as you've never been quite lofty enough within the ranks to be invited to the personal house of your lord and employer. You do notice that it is surrounded by a 12-foot large hedge.
I turn to Morny. Morny, do you see anything out of place?
Give me a perception check, please.
Since he knows the place.
Give me
he's the
a
only one.
nature check as well, Cammy.
Which 20 check?
That would be a 12.
So with a 12 on your perception, you do notice that things are out of place. The chimneys aren't smoking as frequently and as much as they should be. In fact, the smoke seems to actually be coming from all sorts of different parts of the estate itself. The main manor house seems to be being completely ransacked currently. The upper windows that you can see over the hedge are thrown wide open. There are bits of smashed glass. You can see quite a few of the windows have been broken.
Should we rush in and stop whoever's taking our money?
Cammy with a 10, you'll roll to inspect the bushes. They're bushes. They're just your average bush.
Okay.
Yes, just follow
Oh.
my lead.
Fucking gold.
If you
All
do
right,
not
we'll,
mind.
we'll walk behind Morny. He's going to take the lead for this one because, well, we've never been here.
Does Morny, does he have any actual claim to Lord Shanks's position?
Funnily enough, as a direct descendant of Lord Shanks, in fact, having been sired by him, one could argue that Morny has the best claim to the now vacant seat.
Oh,
Ooh, perfect.
all right. That's cool. Okay, we'll walk into the house, but we need to find a way through the hedge. Do we find a way through the hedge? Or
yeah,
are we
we'll just
approaching
go
in the
around
front?
till we get to the right, till we get to the front. We're going to just waltz in as if I own the place.
Very well. Here we go. We're gonna fucking die. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
So as you quite confidently make your way around to the front of the estate and the main entrance, Andy, you kind of get this excruciating kind of scream ring out inside your head, mostly to do with the fact that your possessions are being taken, and something's definitely not happy about it. And you are almost barreled over by people running out of the estate, arms full of loot and treasures and just general bric-a-brac inside a manor house. They seem to be taking what they can get their hands on and getting away very quickly. Some of them even shouting that the servants have gone haywire.
Should we stop some of those people that are ransacking the house?
It would be like just trying to repair a broken dam. We should just go in and see what's going on.
Wait, who got the painful shout in their head?
Andy.
Andy, I thought it was Kamikins. Maybe that ring belonged to our fucking owner.
Gee, thanks.
Okay, why did Andy get it? Andy, why would you have a voice screaming inside your head that things are being taken from you?
I'm haunted by apparitions. That's my background.
Ah, so wait a second, that fucking helps. In other words, our previous lord is haunting you.
Well, I don't know that. I can't understand the apparition. I just see it, and yeah, it never goes away.
It's giving you definite images of Gollum and his shinies.
So Echo, you cursed me.
But okay,
I'm probably.
let's go in.
Well, other than not being able to take the ring off, Cammy, your curses hasn't been made manifest yet. This is Andy's ghost that's haunting him.
Oh, okay. That would suck
Yeah,
if it was.
yeah. Okay, let's go in. Let's go check what goes on inside.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you've got to the estate. It's quite a large estate covering a couple of acres, mostly taken up by a very large manor house. Think plantation house type thing. It's extremely large and very ostentatious. It's definitely been a wealthy family's house, although it is currently tending towards ruin currently with all of the people ransacking it.
We enter the house.
Wait a second. Shouldn't we like question one of these servants quick to find out exactly
Yeah,
what?
before we ended it, and you had asked me what servant. I just grabbed the first one that runs by me by the scruff of his clothes.
Yep,
I
perfect.
just
And
demand what's going on.
drops the stuff that they were holding. They dropped the stuff they were holding, which with a very large clatter and clanging as these brass and golden plated candlesticks fall to the ground. And takes one look at you, recognizes you as a member of the Shanks family, and immediately goes, "Oh shit," and legs it.
It might be a good idea to proclaim your position to all that can hear, and hope you have supporters in the house or family.
Yeah, he booked it at the sight of Morny as he was recognized.
Could I sub acrobatics to basically get in front of him, more or less, like outrun him and show up right in front of him?
They have really good dexterity too. Yeah, I have 2 dexterity and and two athletics.
Doesn't matter. He rolled 1.
So
Wow.
with a 10, Moni, you tried to look fairly acrobatic, but in the end, you just kind of pirouetted through the air at him. But it was enough, and he tripped over his own loot that he dropped on the floor and just goes sprawling at your feet.
Oh,
And
shit. Thanks, Alex.
starts
I literally just
sniveling
muted
and
myself
kind
for
of.
2 seconds.
Oh no!
Sorry. Apocalypse, go again.
No, you're absolutely fine, dude. If you need to talk to chat, just talk over me. That's absolutely not a problem. Chat is
Sorry, guys.
the
I
priority
muted-
for sure.
I muted
But
the
as
mic on the
he
stream
kind
without
of
the mic on
stumbles
Discord.
and trips and goes sprawling flat on his face to land at your feet, he then starts instinctively to curl up into a ball to protect himself from the fury that will be rained down upon him, as experience has taught.
How
All
about
right, I compose myself as best I can, grab him by the throat, and lift him up
Fuck.
and stare at him, basically lock eyes with him, and demand he explain himself.
The Shanks is dead! I'm getting out of here!
What of the others?
They're inside! They're taking stuff too! Deal with them! Ignore me!
No,
I
don't
believe
ignore
you've
him,
taken
Morgan.
some of my. I think those are mine. Pick them up. And I drop him.
Yeah, he hastily picks up all the candelabras and hands them back to you.
Oh, you misunderstand me. Return it.
Give me an intimidation check.
I'll go with him. I'll intimidate as well.
You've got advantage. Or you can both take a roll.
What in the world?
Fuck,
It's a 12.
6.
Yeah, you still managed to beat him anyway by 1 point. So he overcomes his fear of what's inside because you scare him more, and he starts shuffling back towards the mansion.
I look at the rest of the group, shall we? And just start heading towards it.
Yeah, we shall.
I attempt to, using basically the, in my obvious
Yeah,
anger and
good for you.
intent
Say
at
to
claiming this manor, try and pretty much corral any other servants into
You guys can hear me now, right?
180ing
On
and
stream.
returning that which they took.
Yeah, give me another intimidation check with advantage. Andy, things are normal as normal could be for the situation. As far as you can tell at the
14.
moment, the only kind of supernaturally things would be the usual stuff from a dead vampire's home of residence.
That does make sense, I guess.
I would like
yeah,
to do...
you- Yep.
Sorry, no. Go.
I was just going to say, Moni, with your 12, you managed to succeed in scaring quite a few servants into dropping their stuff. Not necessarily following you back in. They are definitely more scared of what's in there than you at that point. But they dropped their stuff that they were carrying.
I
I
would like to-
absentmindedly talk to the one that I've intimidated into following me. I'm going to need a roster of everyone that worked here.
Yeah, employment list is inside as it always has been. The rotors, I mean, unless someone took it, which I don't know why you'd want to take an employment rota.
I would like to do an Arcana check for the source of the commotion. Why is everyone running out of the mansion? Why is everyone so afraid of whatever is inside the mansion?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Arcana check or perception check?
It's only
Perception.
for magic. And you don't know if it's magic, so perception.
Oh, 19.
Yeah, you hear a couple of servants talking about the constructs going haywire, and you think you catch the term homunculus.
Homunculus. Stop one of the servants.
Or we can use perception and see if there's anybody that of higher up position than a plain servant.
Yes.
Outside in the main grounds, it's just kind of servant staff, civilians, just random looters from town. Just your very normal, average people, just trying to get a quick buck as the power vacuum collapses.
But there's definitely fear for them to get out of the mansion as quickly as possible.
Yeah, they're definitely not taking like high value items. It's just what you would run into a building, get scared, grab the closest thing that looks valuable, and you'd get out of there.
I suggest we walk further into the mansion, and I would like to know if there is any magic inside the mansion. Any magic at play.
Yeah, give me
Quite
an
a
Arcana
bit,
check as you step in.
Right. As I walk
Sorry,
through
Money,
the
what were
door,
you going to say?
I was gonna say quite a bit. There's centuries of just necromantic magic inundated from those living here. I can tell you that firsthand.
well, I would like to do an Arcana check. Is it possible for me to do an Arcana check excluding anything that would be similar to that of Morny? So the magic that naturally bounces off of Morny, could I do an Arcana check that excludes all of that magic and looks for something that shouldn't be there?
Yeah, you can definitely do an Arcana check to get a general feel and then disregard certain stuff that you know would be attributed to others. So yeah, for sure, go make an Arcana check.
Right. I cast my spell of magical finding. That is 10.
Okay, so as you are attuned to the magical energies and you have had some experience with having power infused within yourself, you definitely get the feel that there are some animated constructs within the building that were probably the homunculi that were being referred to. But there's also something resonating from the basement as well. It seems to be more in line with the construct's energy than necromantic.
I look to my party. There is a construct in this basement. I suggest we head down to the basement as fast as possible.
Is it an active construct? Or
Would I know anything about that?
So give me an insight check to see if you remember it well enough.
Yeah, I'm half-elf warlock, but I have an undead
14.
So yeah, you definitely remember the homunculi that we used as basic servants. So when a human is more valuable to eat rather than send off on a menial task, you would send one of the homunculi. And they're mostly controllable as long as you have their charging station, as it were, the source of their animation, which was usually held within Shenk's own private quarters.
So we should actually head for his private quarters. What do you think, adventurers?
Sound idea.
Do we know where his private quarters is?
They would
Does
be
Morty
in the
know?
basement.
Fuck me. Where the shit comes from, that's where he should... What a coinkydink.
Yeah, it's almost like your Arcana check picked up the artifact.
Alright. I suggest we make our way sneakily into the basement as to not arouse any suspicion.
So currently you are definitely noticed by a lot of the pillagers and looters, and again they are definitely quite scared of Morny as you approach, recognizing you as a higher ranking member within the family, and due to that perceived authority, they do at your sight just kind of drop what they were doing and just get out. They are more fearful for their life than trying to gain some monetary compensation for loss of employment at that stage. But as you kind of open into the large entry room, the reception hall, as it were, you do see some of the homunculi running around trying to pick up looted items and put them back where they were, and occasionally attacking one of the looters and dragging them down.
Morny, could you raise your voice to a terrible volume and force all of the looters into the building to keep the homunculi busy so we can make our way to the basement and not have them interfere with us?
Wow.
And the link I've just posted into Rolls is the image of what the homunculi look like.
Ooh.
Like a cat bat.
Chat, can you see this?
Yes.
I can definitely give that a shot. Roughly how many people are actually in the manor at the moment?
As far as you can tell, of the 100 plus humanoid servants that were here, around 30 or 40 of them are still around looting and rampaging and pillaging. But a lot of those are quickly leaving as you make yourself visible.
We don't
All
want
right,
them
I'll
to
ask
leave, though.
I'll ask the rest of the party to kind of just stand and. I realize there's broken windows and shit, but block the door if you would.
I move over.
So
okay.
I grab the. No, actually, that one's listening to me. I grab the nearest looter.
Yep,
Barricade
give
the
me
door.
another strength athletics check to restrain him. And yeah, Echo, you managed to lock the door, although the left side doesn't seem to be on its hinges correctly, so you had
Set
to
up.
kind of pick it up a little bit and then pull it in. But it will need mending to operate as a door in the future.
Okay. As long as it's blocked now, that's good.
With the 4, you don't quite manage
It's
to
a 7.
restrain him, but you have managed, well, with a 7, even still.
Yeah.
You have managed to kind of get him cornered, so he can't run past you without provoking another grab, but you haven't managed to restrain
Hey,
him.
Vizay. I
That
move
didn't go as
quickly,
planned.
as quick as my warlock feet will carry me, to help Morny in capturing the servant.
Yeah, I can.
Yep.
I'll assist too with at giving some muscle to the fight.
Or just try to intimidate him.
Well, if all three
I
of
could-
you are blocking him into the corner, you can restrain him.
I'm gonna intimidate him instead. Fuck it. Not gonna.
Okay.
I have +5 intimidation. I'm gonna tell him to shut the fuck up, stop running, and just stand still. Oh, 21.
He definitely stands still and pees his pants.
I was about to call it.
All right, Morny, you have the floor.
All right. With that, are they? Did that display at least catch some people's eyes?
Rolls are amazing,
if not all
innit?
of them.
Yeah,
Because I'm loving
about
it.
10 servants are currently kind of looking very sheepish and trying to put things back where they had taken them from to make it look like they hadn't moved anything. But they are giving a wide berth to the 3 homunculi that are kind of running around the main entry hall, occasionally leaping on a looter that hasn't stopped.
Okay. First, I will state to the ones listening that they will continue to repair the manor and make no efforts to loot anything. If they continue to do this, the homunculi will leave them alone. If not, and the homunculi don't get to them, I then turn to the person Akalon intimidated and rip his throat out.
Fuck. That's fucking dark. Jesus.
Well, damn.
Sorry,
So yeah, most of them seem to kind of be on board with that line of thinking, although one of them does try to slide a little bit of loose change into his pocket.
I witch bolt him.
Yeah, make me a ranged spell attack, then please. So that would be a d20 plus your spell attack modifier on your sheet.
There's 1d12. So d20 plus spell modifier is 1d12, right? Or how does that work?
No, that's your damage. Hold on.
That's an 8 that I just rolled.
So your spell attack modifier is a +5.
There's a 13 that I rolled, in other words.
Yeah, 13. So it does hit.
Ooh. What happens to the change?
Roll a d12, because now you need to roll for damage.
How the fuck do you roll a d12? Oh, it's hashtag d12.
Yep,
right?
hashtag 1d12.
Yeah, I think it's on the screen too.
Fuck my life.
Yeah, but
Barely do damage.
don't you get to add your charisma to that?
No.
Ah,
That's Agonizing Blast on Eldritch Blast for Warlocks. He has to take an invocation to add his charisma mod to that. So your 1 point of damage from one of your spell slots now being expended. You have 1 remaining until you take another short rest. Attaches a taser to stop trying to clutch at coins and looks at you very kind of sheepish. Your taser is still attached. That is the wonderful thing about Witch Bolt.
oh, that's right. You can just keep hitting him.
Oh shit!
So it lasts for up to a minute. It ends if you use your action to do anything else or lose concentration. So if you're hit and you lose concentration, the Witch Bolt will end before it's 1 minute. But every round, so every 6 seconds up to a minute, you can do 1d12 lightning damage to him.
I instruct him to hand over the coins or else.
Give me an intimidation check with advantage since you're currently tasing him. Oh, yeah, tracking that 20. So you succeed and you can describe how it works.
He hands over. Wait, I can describe how many coins he hands over, or
Give me a d20 roll, just a flat d20 roll. He has 14 gold pieces in his pockets, and you can detail how he gives them over, if he gives them over, drops them, throws them, shits himself. You have succeeded with your intimidation with a natural 20, so you can decide how he is intimidated.
as he reaches into his pocket to take out the coins that he had stolen, I get a faint smell hitting all of the party at once as he has shat himself, but he also starts to throw up on the coins itself. I then wish to intimidate Kamikins to take the coins, clean them off before giving it to me.
Okay, give me another intimidation check for the one against Camu, because, yeah, absolutely everything happens. He shits himself, he pulls out his coins and throws up on them and holds them out to you. So do give me another intimidation check against Cami, and Cami, can you give me a insight check to see whether or not you feel like you want to pick up vomit coins, which you do. Yeah, you go collect the vomit coins and you wipe them off and prefer them to alcohol.
I'm the one with the good smell. Come on, that's torture.
Now give me my
Yeah,
coins, you bitch.
it's like just grossness.
Yeah, I wipe them off and I throw them at Echo.
I managed
So, yeah,
to
you can
catch
add
all of the
14
coins.
gold coins.
Alright, so I've got 14 more coins. Man, I'm getting rich, bro.
Alright, with order somewhat restored, shall we move on to the basement?
I think so. Let's make our way to the basement. What language
start
do
hay.
these things speak?
Which things? The homunculi?
Yeah, the homunculi. Do they speak humanoid or?
They don't speak. They understand common, but they can't speak.
All right, so none of my languages will help me here.
Well, they can understand you speaking common to them. Everyone knows common, but they just can't speak back to you.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Let's make our way into the basement then.
I know that I can't exactly compel them just yet, but I try and at least stress the importance of not letting any of these servants leave. I'm
Yeah,
addressing
absolutely
them.
fine. They are very happy to keep an eye on these servants and kind of keep them corralled in a corner.
Yeah, I go over and shove them off the servants so they get the servants have a little more room to breathe.
You're shoving a homunculi?
Yeah.
Please tell me he's doing that, and
do that.
please tell me they retaliate. No, he can't take it back, Amicans. It's too fucking late. What do the homunculi do next?
Give me a strength athletics check, Cammy.
Oh, shit!
So, as you fail to grasp these homunculi, with your ineptitude just being absolutely massively exhibited, you just can't get a grasp on any single one of them, and you trip over your own trunk and actually land face first into the ground, eliciting quite a laugh from the terrified servants. Bear with me.
I just laugh with them. Just go along with it so it doesn't feel as humiliating.
You take 1 point of damage as you land flat on your face.
Good lord.
That was
just
great.
suck. Oh my gosh.
That's because you want to be a good guy. Stop being a fucking good guy.
Is this like karma? Well, I would say.
That's
well,
just your role, dude.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, I would
That
like
one.
to just point out this is not staged. Someone was asking that in chat.
This is on stage.
These rolls are just natural RNG.
Yep.
So far, we have had a critical success from the party with Akalon. We have had a critical failure from the party with Kamikins, and we have had a critical failure from the DM with the shopkeeper. So now we're just waiting for my critical success. That would be fun.
Oh my god. Can we go into the basement now?
Yeah.
Yes, currently you have 3 homunculi kind of corralling 10 terrified servants in the corner. And Morny is very familiar with the lower levels of this house. The upper levels were mostly used for like image purposes. This is where the legitimate business of the family would have occurred. But the lower levels is where the planning would have happened for the nefarious deeds that would have been the employment that you have gained previously through the town headquarters in the sewers. So you managed to find your way through to the basement through the hidden passageway under the stairs, and there are strange sounds emanating from the stairs as soon as you open up the basement door. Sounds that none of you are used to.
Can I use perception to see if I can narrow down what the sounds are?
Yeah, for sure.
That's 11.
Am I able to smell what's going on, or am I able to smell is any sense down there?
Yeah, give me a perception check with advantage, Cammy.
With advantage means 2 rolls, right?
Yeah, 2 rolls, take the higher number.
Ooh!
What a nice roll.
Finally got 20.
So, Akalon, you hear clicking. Very kind of chitinous clicking. But Cammy, you get the smell of a very kind of insectoid creature, quite large comparatively to insects, and it seems to be snuffling and clicking around the basement, trying to locate
boys.
something, but you're not entirely sure what that is, but it seems to be searching.
Is it humanoid or animalistic in nature?
It's definitely more insect.
Okay.
Can I, based on the clicking, do another perception to see if I can narrow down what kind of species? Do I have any knowledge of insectoids?
Not these particular ones, no.
So it wouldn't help, even if I tried to listen more closely, I wouldn't really find out anything.
You could do an insight check just to see if you did ever get an in-passing kind of knowledge, but it's going to be a very high check to beat.
What about a religion check? Maybe there's some religious text that may have spoken about them.
These are rather insignificant creatures, so religion checks would be about the particular deities, things of that nature, so rituals surrounding them and events of a religious nature.
Let's do an insight check and see if I can remember anything about them. I search my mind over and over and over again, trying to remember if I can place that clicking sound. No?
No, you don't. It's clicking. If anything, it kind of just reminds you of the riverside bugs that you'd encountered on your way here from the previous town, but on a much larger scale.
Are you able to say what size it is?
Bigger than a normal bug.
Let's say down now.
Where you're from, that could be very big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like for me, that's probably not. I have a distance that even I could be small to it.
Okay, so can I have a marching order as you're going down these stairs? As you will have to go one at a time.
I'll be leading the way with both my familiarity and just determination to. Oh yeah.
Isn't it better to send the tanks?
You could have me or Testy in front, have you Morny, and then have the other one behind you, so you're protected more than Echo.
No, Morny wants to go first. Let's see what happens here. I hang back, by the way. I will go last.
Okay, so we have Morny up front, followed by Testy. Are you coming up second?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I'd prefer to be in front, but since he knows the way, I'll back him up.
Okay, so Morny, then Testy, then Cammy, and then
right at the back.
What? Andy, then Shammy, then Akko. Is that
No,
the
but
marching order?
I'll just say, I am not going down, right? Until such time that I am certain I am safe.
What is?
Right. Okay.
Nobody needs somebody behind him. Just kick him down the stairs.
You're never safe.
That's where somebody to kick him down the stairs now. That'd be perfect.
Okay, so Morny and Testy, as you are taking the lead, you see this first, and after going down 2 levels of this winding staircase, the first level seems to be just a basement of the manor house. So it's filled with stores, it's filled with food, it's just the everyday storage kind of servants' quarters areas. There doesn't seem to really be anything there. It just seems to look like it's been ransacked, like cupboard doors are open, etc., etc. But as you go down another level into the private quarters of Lord Shanks, you notice a couple of things that kind of jump out at you immediately. One, you're in a very well-lit room. Considering the owner of said room is dead and rarely spend time here, it is very strange that this place would be lit, especially considering that it was owned by a vampire who can see in the dark. But there are torches along the walls that are brightly burning. The next thing you notice is the kind of sarcophagus in the center of the room, definitely pride of place. And the lid of this sarcophagus and coffin has been cracked open. The third thing you notice is a very large insectoid. of around 6 foot long and quite hench, kind of scuttling around into nooks and crannies trying to find something in particular. It has not noticed you yet, but let me just find a picture of it.